you come from. You that you and me that me. But guess what? All are we the one. See what I mean? Jump and shout all over the nation. Breaking out with a new creation. It's been too long, we've got to unite now. Time and space can't keep us apart right now. Unity, yes, you better know. It's the only way to go. We stay apart and we have to fall. Count on you, count on one and all. It's not for you, it's not for me, it's not for we, it's not for you.
The 71st Miss World pageant will take place in India in March. 22-year-old Elise Gayon Vernon will represent Belize. She will join 117 other contestants in vying for the prestigious title. Miss World is the oldest existing international beauty pageant and has as its slogan, Beauty with a Purpose. Our Belize Watch team had the opportunity to spend time with Vernon prior to her leaving the country. She spoke about her joy of being a farmer and beekeeper and detailed her road to the title of Miss World Belize. We will have that conversation after this break to hear from our partners, Minister Kevin Bernard and DeBarry.
Good day, fellow residents of Orange Walk. I am Kevin Bernard, your ear representative for Orange Walk East, and I'm proud to stand before you today to endorse the re-election of Mayor Ladrick Shepherd and his capable team for the Orange Walk Town Council. Over the past term, it has been my privilege to work closely with Mayor Shepherd and his dedicated members of the Town Council. Together, we have achieved significant milestones that have positively impacted our beloved town. We have paved over 25 streets in the east alone, providing improved infrastructure and accessibility to our residents. Our youth have benefited from countless recreational and sporting activities, fostering a vibrant and healthy community. Our collaborative efforts have brought wide joy and unity through various festivities and celebrations, enriching the cultural fabric of our town. Moreover, a majority of the aging culverts have been replaced and new drainage systems have been established, enhancing our town's resilience and preparedness for the future. It is undeniable that Mayor Ladrick Shepherd and his team have demonstrated unwavering commitment and dedication to the betterment of Orange Walk Town. Their proactive approach and tireless efforts have significantly improved the quality of life for our residents. It is for these reasons that I, Kevin Bernard, wholeheartedly endorse Mayor Ladrick Shepherd and his capable team for re-election. Moving forward, let us continue to work together with one town and one vision. I ask that on March 6th, you come out and vote PUP 7, as together we can ensure a brighter and prosperous future for Orange Walk. Thank you, and let's keep moving forward, united as one community.
Let DeBarry be your store of choice. When you're looking for the latest in electronics and accessories, be sure to visit us. At DeBarry, we have a wide assortment of household items to choose from. Dress in style, we have clothing for the entire family and so much more. Visit our store on Albert Street in Belize City, San Pedro La Isla Bonita, Park Street in Orange Walk Town, and San Ignacio Santa Elena. DeBarry, buy more, pay less.
Celebration time.
And I am with Elise Gayon Vernon, the future Miss World, because she is representing Belize at the Miss World pageant. And I want to thank her so much for having us here in her home. And you notice I addressed you as Miss World. Miss World, can I address you as Miss World in this during this this interview that we're going to do now?
Well, you did say to walk in belief, so this is walking in belief, I suppose.
Okay. So I am with the future Miss World, Miss Elise Gayon Vernon, right? The future Miss World. What prompted you to enter the Miss World pageant? How did you become inspired to be a part of the pageant?
Well, I've always been interested in working in my community. I've always loved helping those in my community, being an inspiration for the young girls as well. And when the opportunity arose for the final call for Miss World Belize 2022, I thought about it and I thought, what better way to be an inspiration for the young girls in Biscayne Village? And I took the opportunity. As a farm girl, I didn't expect to win. I will say that. It came to a surprise for me at least. However, the journey and the experience has been an incredible one, and I'm just really happy to have had this opportunity.
Now let's get to know who exactly is Miss World, right? Belize, and future Miss World International, right? Let's get to know you, right? Let's start with your grandparents, so we can know exactly who you are.
Sure. My grandfather is Angus Vernon, famous footballer in Belize. I'm sure a lot of the older folks know him as well. And my grandmother is Marie Vernon. And they moved from the city and came up to Biscayne, and they started the farm. So that is where my entire farming experience comes from. And they moved up to the farm with just 2 cows. But my grandpa would say that he forgot that cows can mate. And he only got the cows to keep the grass down for the land. He didn't really think that he would be a farmer. He was in the trucking business at the time. And these 2 cows ended up having 120, which all had names, by the way. Yes, all of them.
How do you keep track of 120 names of cows?
Well, like I tell everyone, it's like a school. It's like a classroom. A teacher knows all 25 of her students' names. So I know all my cows' names the same way.
I look behind me and I see a whole lot of cows. All right? All of these cows here have names?
Yes, all of them do. Actually, if one were to be born today, it probably would have been called Love or something to that effect.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you could have had a cow named after you.
Okay. Imagine. Well, any births happening today by chance?
No, I'm sorry.
Okay, so you know who your grandparents are, and that they established this farm where you're living, and obviously granddad must have had that influence on you because you decided to get into farming yourself, right? Yes. Talk about your parents now.
So I did grow up in a single parent household. And I was raised by my mom, Gayon Vernon. Yes. And she has been a great inspiration and a very good comrade through this entire thing. I mean, she's been my entire support system here. And she had a great influence for me. She was a great influence for me throughout my childhood because she got reborn as a Christian when I was 6 years old. And so this established my spirituality. And I think my spirituality, along with being in nature, is, well, it quite sums up the essence of who Elise is.
So, Elise, talk to your mom right now. What would you tell her? You know, I see her in the background looking at us, right? What would you tell mom publicly?
Well, mommy, thank you for being by my side. I mean, honestly, nobody really sees what me and you, what we go through, or even what we've seen throughout this entire pageantry thing and the stress, because we're not used to this, by the way. So we've been by each other's side, and I appreciate that. And hopefully we could get back to our Golden Girls night and our Trees Company night, because that's our thing. So I hope that soon enough, I'll have all the time in the world for you, but I love you.
Okay, that's a very beautiful message to mom. And I looked at her just now, and she's drinking it all in, you know.
She's
and
like,
yes. Yes. That's the message. That's the message I like to hear. Now, she has supported you throughout, right? So let's look at the young Elise growing up. Right, what was it like? Tell us about where you went to school and what you liked about school and that sort of, you know, that sort of thing. The young Elise growing up.
I am a city girl at heart, so I was not born and raised in Biscayne.
Okay.
I was born in Belize City, and I grew up there. I went to school at All Saints Primary School, and I had my cousin living right across the street from me, and that was tons of fun. But I did spend a lot of my vacation times up on the farm. And I think that is where all my love for farming comes from, because me and my grandpa, we would go and feed the cows. And so while a part of me was in the city, a part of me was also on the farm. And so I think both of them kind of meld together to produce who you see here today.
So you went to All Saints, you said, right? What can you recall about going to All Saints? What memory would stick out going to primary school?
Well, I had this incredible teacher named Miss Bevans, and we're still in touch. Okay. And at the time, because my body was transitioning, I had a lot of allergies, and I was not sickly, but I used to be sneezing all the time. And she made this joke, and she said I could catch everything but a ball because I hated PE. But she is who would stand out the most for me at All Saints, because she was quite a mentor. She stood by my side. She explained things to me. I think I was her favorite, but you can't tell my other classmates that.
We keep that a secret.
Yeah. I'm sure Miss Bevans is listening to this, but her and another teacher as well, Miss Adolphus, they were incredible during my childhood years.
Okay. And after leaving school, what happened? You went on to high school?
Yeah, so I went to St. Catherine's Academy, and I can remember signing up for there, and my mom was like, okay, Elise, but you have to do campus ministry if you're there. And that was like the only reason why she sent me there, because she loved St. Catherine's, I'm sure, but she wanted me to go to EP York. But my heart was set for St. Catherine's. My cousins went there, and I saw the good work that they did. So I decided to sign up. I was a part of the campus ministry for all 4 years, and then I graduated and moved on to St. John's Junior College.
Okay. Now, at St. John's Junior College, and I know young persons, a young person will also hold a dream as to what he or she wants to be in life. What was the dream you were holding on to for your life at that time while you were going through school, high school, and then at St. John's College?
It was the same dream that I've had since the age of 6, and it was to be a veterinarian.
Oh, yeah?
I've always wanted to be a veterinarian, and even more so now. So at St. John's Junior College, I studied biology to work kind of as a stepping stone. And I love science and all things to do with biology, so that was great. And even up to now, I'm actually attending Galen at the moment, and I'm doing...
University, That's a very good university, but go ahead.
Yes, I know. It is. That's why I applied. And I'm doing their vet tech program at the moment as well. So it's something that I've always wanted to do, and more so now because where I live in Biscayne, we don't have a veterinary clinic. Actually, rural north, we don't have one. And for small farmers like myself, it is very costly and very hard to afford that cost to bring a veterinarian either from Orange Walk or Belize City. So I aspire to open my own veterinary clinic here in Biscayne one day. I will, because you said walk-in positivity. So one day I will open a veterinary clinic to be able to help small farmers. So I want to specialize in large animals.
And I noticed, when we were talking before, you were explaining to me how much you love the animals. I think you told me that even the chickens have name, the cows have name, the chickens have name. What other variety of animals you have around here? And I guess when I get sick, you take care of them too, no?
Oh, yes. So I have chickens, I have ducks, I have cows, I have horses, and I have bees. Along with my pets, I have cats, I have dogs, and I have a guinea pig. So there's a lot of different animals up here on the farm. And yes, I do take care of them when they're sick. So I'm not sure she's in the frame. She's not in the frame. But I do have a cow, Maya. And she's kind of like my spotlight cow here on the farm. Because when she was born, her mom died like a couple hours later. And if you know anything about cows and calves, the calves need to have what you call their first milk or their colostrum, and she was unable to get that. So basically she had no antibodies in her body, and I had to fight with her. She had pneumonia, she came down with any sickness you could think about, and I literally slept by her side for a few nights, like cleaning her nose and ensuring that she's breathing properly. And then I got the antibiotics and I started treatment. And because she was so weak, she didn't know how to walk or run. So when she started to get better, I started to teach her how to walk and run. And she thought she was one of the kids because my nieces and nephews, they would come on the farm for vacations. So she would play football with them. And I wish I had some videos of that.
The cow playing football?
Yes, the kids would be kicking the football and she would be right behind them running and kicking the football too.
Wow.
So now today, La Ruta Maya is coming up and she is turning 3 years old. And I mean, that's one of my biggest achievements. As simple as it seems, because it shows that if your love is relentless, then you can achieve anything. And if you put your work into it, it will come to light.
That is so.
Yes.
That is so. So we talk about Maya. And so you're happy with Maya?
Yes.
And what about the chickens that you give them names and that sort of thing? What are your experiences with raising all these chickens and ducks and bees? Have you ever been stung by a bee?
So, funny enough, that is the first question any beekeeper would ask me because they said that is the true experience. You could do training, you could get your certificate, but if you haven't been stung by a bee, you're not a beekeeper. So yes, I've been stung.
That's what they said, yeah.
Yes. But as for my chickens, so I had about 10 chickens in the beginning. Then I decided during the COVID time, I was tutoring the different kids that I had here up in the farm, and I just started to save my money and I started to acquire more chickens, thinking that I would go into business for chickens. Because I mean, what kind of farm only have cows, right? Yeah. So I wanted chickens. And so now I have approximately 30 chickens in all. And I do sell the eggs and I would occasionally sell a chicken or two upon special requests. But most of all, I do have one for escabeche, so maybe we make some escabeche after this.
Oh, sounds like a very good idea. I'm looking forward to some escabeche. We have to look and see which one will be the victim of the escabeche, I guess.
No, because you have to choose one without name. You can't choose the ones. I don't name the ones that I will plan to sell or kill because obviously I get attached easily. I love all my animals, so I kind of have to stay far from those ones.
So how much are they gonna name?
I would say about 25 out of the 30 have names.
That's the majority.
Yes.
So you conserve that majority.
Yes, those are mine.
Sure. No. Turning to Miss World, becoming Miss World, the path to becoming Miss World, right? How did that start?
So, as you can imagine, no farmer thinks to herself, I'm going to be a beauty queen and take off my boots and put on heels. Yeah. So it actually started...
Because it's a whole different world.
It's completely different, yeah. So they, like I said, ILS Phoenix Foundation, they put out their last call for Miss World Belize. And when they put this out, I saw it, but I passed it by because, again, it's not my thing. Pageantry was never my thing. But then all my family friends, family members, and they didn't correspond with each other. They're sending this at different times with different thoughts, and they're like, you'd be perfect for this, that, and the other. So I went to my mom, because like I said, we're close. So I went to my mom, and I was like, Mom, do you think I could do this? And we laughed because what farm girl? I didn't even wear heels before this. I know I'm wearing like 6-inch heels, but before this, I never wore heels. So we laughed.
Funny walking in those heels, huh?
Yes.
Your first experience was like what?
I fell a couple times, and so I learned that I had to wear my heels to go and wash up and do the dishes, or if I'm hanging out the clothes, I have to wear my heels to kind of get used to them. But yeah, all my family friends, they sent it, and that is what really started it. And then I sat down and I thought how this would be beneficial for not only me, but for everyone else around me. And when I really thought about it, I said, you know what, I'll do it. I'll put my work into it. I'll do it all. And so we're here today.
Yeah. So how did the selection process go? Was it a competition? Was it describe it to me.
Yeah, so after we applied, they sent an email that I was in the semifinals. And of course, this came to a surprise to us too, because I really didn't think I'd make it through. And when I got that email, we started the planning. And my aunt, my mom, we all came together. And my uncle, we all came together and tried to figure how we could make this happen. And then after that, there was a pageant. So I had to prepare for the pageant, get a cultural costume, my evening gown, learn to walk in the evening gown, learn question and answer. It was a lot, but there was a pageant at Princess. I had to walk over the pool, and I won. And everybody came up to me afterwards. They were like, "You were so surprised that you won," and I genuinely was, because I didn't think. You know that you could do something, but then when you think about it, like where I came from, my background, it's like you said, completely different. So I was genuinely shocked. I cried on that stage that night.
Well, it felt wonderful, right?
To see all the family and family friends who they lined the stage like cheering, and even my entire community, Biscayne, they all came out on a bus. So I had my entire village out there and they were cheering on. So I felt proud. I cried because we did that, I brought the crown to Biscayne.
That's very good. I'm sure all the Biscaynians, can we say Biscaynians?
Yes. That's what I call them.
You call them Biscaynians? Okay.
Yes, that's my crew, the Biscaynians.
So the Biscaynians are very, very, very happy indeed. But you said you walked across the pool. I guess they must have put a plank or something across the pool.
And the funny thing is, I was afraid of water because I couldn't swim then. I could swim now because I got my certification in diving, so in scuba diving. So I could swim now, but then I couldn't swim, so that was scary.
Yeah, because you walk, must have been a wide enough plank, more than likely. I wasn't there, so I'm asking.
Yes.
Was it a wide enough plank that
it was wide
made
enough,
you feel
yes, because I could have turned on it and everything, so
okay.
It was wide enough.
Good. Now, after this experience at the Princess, what happened? You won. The Biscaynians are happy. Belizeans are happy on the whole. What happened after that?
So the pageant was officially set for May of 2023, and so preparation began. I had to start learning to walk, to do turns. I mean, I already had like background in it because of the Miss World Belize pageant, but now it was time to perfect it, to really put in the work, and we buckled down on question and answer and everything. And it was set for May of that year in the UAE, but Miss World ended up postponing the pageant to last year, November. And so again, I had a couple more months, which is perfect because Miss World is focused on being a beauty with a purpose. So it comes along with a beauty with a purpose project. So it gave me additional time to help more schools, to work alongside more children. And I mean, these are things that I was already doing before. So it just gave me more time to do more for my community and the people around. And after that, they finally finalized for February, which I leave for in 8 days. Wow. Yes, so again, it was just all preparations, getting the evening gowns, getting shoes, getting makeup, learning to do makeup because this farmer could not do makeup before. So it included all of that and more.
Now, you said that you work with schools and so on. Describe to me some of the work that you do with the schools and the work that you were referring to.
So my Beauty with a Purpose project is called Cultivating the Future.
Beauty with a Purpose.
Yes.
That is the name of the project.
That is the
right.
No, that is what Miss World calls it, to have a beauty with a purpose.
With a purpose. Okay.
My project is called Cultivating the Future.
Okay.
Because as a farmer, we cultivate things. But as Miss World and a farmer combined, I'm not only cultivating plants, I'm cultivating the minds of people as well through agriculture. And so under this project, I am working alongside feeding programs in schools because my project has two parts to it. So the main focus is to use sustainable agriculture to decrease world hunger. Because I mean, as you know, food cost is on the rise and people are finding it incredibly hard to put nutritious food on the table. So there are two parts to my project. First of all, putting food on the table for people. So I'm working alongside different sponsors, all different organizations. I even do food drives. And so people would bring rice, beans, just anything that they could. And then these things gets donated to feeding programs such as Dara's feeding program and Trinity feeding program. And aside from that, I also work with like the Biscayne Primary School. I've visited several other schools as well in their gardens, like Ladyville Technical High School. They have a nice garden program there as well. And so I visited them and work alongside them in their gardens to kind of feel how the youth feel about agriculture and try to show that, we can do this as youth. And this is our lifeline. Agriculture, making food, growing food. It is our lifeline because we all need to eat.
Yes, and we need to eat what we grow, right?
Yes.
And grow what we eat. I think that would be summarizing what you are saying, right?
Yes. Yeah. And it is important to remember that if you have farm to table food, you know where your food is coming from. Mm-hmm. You know that it is healthy food. If I have my chickens, I know that my eggs are organic and that it is healthier than maybe the factory made eggs. And my vegetables, I know what goes into it, and I know that I don't put chemicals into it, and that's something that is important for our bodies as well.
So Miss World, you are ready for this pageant that will take place in a few days. You're telling me of this recording. Today is the 7th of February, and the Miss World pageant is on the...
Well, I leave the 15th of... Yes, I leave the 15th of February, and then the Miss World pageant is set for March 9th. So I'm there for 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm. What happens in those 3 weeks that you will be there in Dubai? You said it was?
India now.
Oh, change to India?
Change to India.
Okay.
Now that it is February, it's changed to India.
So what are some of the activities you'll be doing for those 3 weeks in India?
So some of the activities everyone can look out for includes the sports segment, the top model segment, which I will be taking a beautiful dress designed from Ranelli. I'm not sure if you've heard from her, from Cayo, but she's designing a beautiful dress for me to take to Miss World. Mm-hmm. There's also the sports segment and the talent segment.
Mm-hmm. And can we get a preview of that talent segment, what you'll be doing there, an idea of what you'll be presenting?
So I will save the song as a surprise. It is a Belizean song, but I will be playing the pan, the steel pan. I've been practicing, and I will be singing. So I will be starting with the pan and then singing a portion as well.
When we come back, Vernon speaks about the support she has received from the public. She also spoke of the importance of self-love. We will have that for you after these words from our partners, Minister Kevin Bernard and DeBarry.
Good day, fellow residents of Orange Walk. I am Kevin Bernard, your area representative for Orange Walk East, and I'm proud to stand before you today to endorse the re-election of Mayor Ladrick Shepherd and his capable team for the Orange Walk Town Council. Over the past term, it has been my privilege to work closely with Mayor Shepherd and his dedicated members of the Town Council. Together, we have achieved significant milestones that have positively impacted our beloved town. We have paved over 25 streets in the east alone, providing improved infrastructure and accessibility to our residents. Our youth have benefited from countless recreational and sporting activities, fostering a vibrant and healthy community. Our collaborative efforts have brought wide joy and unity through various festivities and celebrations, enriching the cultural fabric of our town. Moreover, a majority of the aging culverts have been replaced and new drainage systems have been established, enhancing our town's resilience and preparedness for the future. It is undeniable that Mayor Ladrick Shepherd and his team have demonstrated unwavering commitment and dedication to the betterment of Orange Walk Town. Their proactive approach and tireless efforts have significantly improved the quality of life for our residents. It is for these reasons that I, Kevin Bernard, wholeheartedly endorse Mayor Ladrick Shepherd and his capable team for re-election. Moving forward, let us continue to work together with one town and one vision. I ask that on March 6th, you come out and vote PUP 7, as together we can ensure a brighter and prosperous future for Orange Walk. Thank you, and let's keep moving forward, united as one community.
Let DeBarry be your store of choice. When you're looking for the latest in electronics and accessories, be sure to visit us. At DeBarry, we have a wide assortment of household items to choose from. Dress in style, we have clothing for the entire family and so much more. Visit our store on Albert Street in Belize City, San Pedro La Isla Bonita, Park Street in Orange Walk Town, and San Ignacio Santa Elena. DeBarry, buy more, pay less.
Now, Miss World, as we sit here and I listen to you talking about all the components and all the things that go into a pageant of this nature, my mind, it's an expensive venture to be a representative, right? Because you're talking about the various costumes, you're talking about the cultural presentation, you're talking about traveling to India, being in India for so long, you know, and being a part of this prestigious pageant. How is all this being financed? I'm just curious.
So the ILS Phoenix Foundation has been helping a lot. ILS Phoenix Foundation.
What are they?
So they're the franchise that holds the Miss World Belize. So they've been gathering a lot of the things that I need. However, a lot of the financial help also comes from our own pockets, from my mom, from my aunt, and as well as local sponsors. So that is something that we're grateful, we're thankful for all the local sponsors who have reached out, the local entrepreneurs who have given me their earrings, like the one that I'm wearing today, or their bags or whatever it is, because I do find an interest in focusing on small businesses from Belize and showcasing their talent. So a lot of the sponsors also come from that. Like they say, every little penny filled the pot, and that's how we've been working things as well.
Now, at the pageant, you'll be talking about Belize, right? You'll obviously be asked you're an ambassador for Belize,
yes,
right? What is your main message that you'll be carrying with you, and the main points that you'd like to drive home to people about this beautiful country that we call home, which is our home, Belize?
There are two things that stand out for Belize, for me at least, and it is our biodiversity, our natural beauty. When it comes to our flora and fauna, we have so many different animals and plants. Our beautiful barrier reef, which is the largest living in the world, as well as the beautiful rainforest that we have, especially out west and down south. The second thing I'd like to focus on is our warm-hearted people. We have a diverse culture of people, and they're all so welcoming. There are no problems in between us. We are all one because we're all Belizean. And if anyone wants to come and visit Belize, that is something that we'll easily share with you, our love, our compassion, and our delicious rice and beans.
Exactly, Miss World. That's as well said. That encapsulated Belize right there, the feeling of wanting to be in Belize. The most, I describe it as the most beautiful country in the world.
I agree.
Yeah.
I fully agree with that. I am so happy that I get to call Belize my home.
And home is where the heart is. And home is where we are always happy to be, right?
Yes.
Now, young people like yourself, I'm sure you will serve as inspiration to a lot of young ladies, young men as well, the young or youth, How would you talk to our youth about going after their dreams and becoming the best that they can be?
I am someone who loves to step out of her comfort zone, from running for politics to diving to even stepping into pageantry now. I love stepping outside of my comfort zone because that is how you grow. And often our dreams are outside of our comfort zone. They're dreams for a reason because we feel like they're far-fetched, but they're not. You have to step forward. Miss World was a dream for me. But yet I put in the work. I stayed focused. I stepped out of what was my little box, my little comfort zone. And when you do that, you realize that you really can accomplish anything that you work towards. So my message to you is, don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone. Step out, do something new, or follow your dreams. Because if you don't try, then you'll never get to achieve it. But if you put yourself out there and at least give yourself a chance, then you are guaranteed at least the feeling of gratitude that, you know what, I did this and I did this for me.
I did it for me. Those were the final words you said just now in your sentence. And that is why we should do things, right? Because we should feel good. The good book says, love your neighbor as yourself, right? And so once you love yourself, then you can love others. I like that part of scripture. I know you go to church, that's why I'm bringing it in, right? Love your neighbor as yourself, right? But you have to find the love for yourself first and do things for you so that you can help others. What are your thoughts on what I've just said?
I fully agree. I always tell others, we often get so focused on helping others, at least I do, that I do leave myself behind sometimes, and that is the honest truth. I do that often. However, I've learned, especially through this journey, that you can't help anyone if, first of all, you don't have self-love, if you don't have goals for yourself, if you don't know where you want to see yourself in 5 years, then how would you be able to help someone else get to that point?
Yes.
So you do have to fill your own pot. You have to invest in yourself. You have to love yourself, get to know yourself. I always tell my nieces and nephews, learn your hobbies, learn your likes and dislikes, because when you know yourself, then you can change the world. Then you can work on someone else's dream and help.
That is well said, because when, like you rightly say, right, when you know yourself, then what you want for yourself is what you'll want for others. So you will be able to give of yourself to others in the way that you would want others to give of themselves to you. That makes sense, right?
Yes.
And so that is a good way of putting it, the way how you just did, right? So Miss World, because you will be Miss World, and you'll be Miss World, right? You're Miss World Belize, but you'll be Miss World for the world, yes. Right? I am wishing you the very best on the bottom of my heart. I'm so impressed with how you talk, how you conduct yourself, and so you have an endorsement from me as I'm talking to you, right? To become the next Miss World for the entire world, right? So I want to wish you the very, 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 very best. Now, as Miss World, what are some of the things you would like to do and see implemented as Miss World for the entire world?
Wow, what an incredible question. So, I am working in agriculture as a farmer, and I'm helping to decrease world hunger. And so this is something that I want to take to the bigger stage. This is something that, I've been working on these projects in Belize, and while every little bit counts, world hunger is a very big issue for the entire world. So as Miss World, I'd like to implement these projects on a larger scale, where we have more trainings for gardening, more trainings including children, so that we can bring them in and they understand why agriculture is so important. A lot of the schools that I go and talk to now, they say that agriculture is dirty work. They don't want to do dirty work. And I always tell them, if you look at the Mennonites in Belize, it's dirty work, but they have the money.
Yes.
So you can't look at agriculture and give it a stigma as such. And that is exactly why I'm working with kids to turn this around and show the importance of agriculture, that we need to eat. We all need food. If you put a plate of food in front of you, everything there, or almost everything there, is produced by a farmer. The seasoning, the meat, the fish, everything. And so, with what God gives us, but he uses the talents of a farmer to bring this out as food for us. And so as Miss World, I want to take this to a bigger stage to show that not only a woman can be versatile and be a farmer and a beauty queen, but also to show why it is important to be a farmer and why it is important to support farmers.
Then, Miss World, you said also that you did a little bit of politics, right? I heard the word politics somewhere in when you were talking a while ago. What was the experience like in politics, and describe it for me.
So the experience was a lot like Miss World right now, because I am a behind the scenes person. So I have always worked with the Biscayne community. I've helped with painting their bus stops. I've helped with the schools. And because of the work that I've been doing, the chairman at the time, he had asked if I could run on his village council, on his slate. And I really considered this because I'm a behind the scenes person. I didn't want to be on the forefront. And I said, okay, I'll go into politics. However, I don't want it to be kind of like dirty or anything. I want to be clean, and I want to make a true change. So I've asked them to run as an independent party, because we are running for the people. And that was a lot different for me, because I had to campaign, I had to go house to house and talk to people and meet people and really explain to them why they should cast their votes for us. And again, I'm behind the scenes, so that was a lot different for me. And when the election day came and all the people, all our supporters came out, it felt incredible. Much like how I feel right now as Miss World. I mean, I didn't want to be on the forefront, and here I am with all the support in the world, and I am so grateful for that. And I'm so grateful for Biscayne community for giving me a chance to represent them in both politics and now as Miss World.
Excellent. I'm so amazed, right? You did politics, right, which gave you some experience, because going home to home and house to house talking with people, certainly, I'm sure, open your eyes to so many things that are around you and your community, right? And the challenges that faced the community at Biscayne. Maybe before we go on, you could share a bit of those challenges that you think or that you saw, and based how you think we can solve them.
Again, focused on my platform, I know that the government can do a lot to help, which is why I ran in the first place, because being there at the head of the helm, you can really do a lot to help. And going house to house, I mean, you see so many different situations. You see people who have everything and they still complain. And you see people who have absolutely nothing, not even light, and they are the happiest. The little girl ran up to me and she showed me her puppies, and she's asking me what to name the dogs, and they're not complaining. They didn't even ask for anything. And you know, you get to meet so many different people, and you get to see truly what the challenges of their situations are like. And I think that is important, to know their challenges, because now you know how to help. Now we know that those people need certain resources. I know when I visit various feeding programs and I speak to the kids, I know that they need food. And I think that is first and foremost the most important things that we can do. We can step out and learn people's issues, learn people's challenges. And in that way, we have enlightened ourselves to be able to help them in the best way that we could.
Excellent answer. You know, that was beautiful. Well said. That you have that experience to add to the farming experience. So you're a farmer, you are a politician, you're a beauty queen, you are Miss World, in all honesty, and you know a lot about our country, Belize, right? Now, outside of Biscayne, is there any part of the country you like most?
I do love the Keys. My brothers, they live out in the Keys at the moment, and so I visit them every now and then, and I love, because it's a lot different than the farm life that I'm used to. I go out there and I feed the stingrays, I get to see the fish, the different birds, and it's a lot different. There's the ocean, and I think that's a beautiful thing about Belize, that you can go into all different corners of the country and experience different things. I could go to Shipyard and it's like I've been thrown into the past with the hearse and carts and everything. And then you could go to Cayo and see the beautiful mountains. And then you could go to the Keys and see the beautiful ocean. And then I can come home and be with my cows again.
You see? Beautiful. What a wonderful life in a beautiful country, and the most beautiful country in the world. And let's look at our people. I know you just said one of the things, you're a people's person, right? How would you describe the Belizean people? You said it in your presentation already, you know, but I just want to hear it again and maybe expand a little bit on what you said.
Belizean people are incredible. They are mannerly, first and foremost. Good morning, good evening. We are raised to respect each other and to love each other. They are so compassionate and helpful. During the COVID time, I mean, here in Biscayne, there are people who had lost their jobs, and I saw people band together to try and get food for others. So that compassion really showed. They're warm-hearted and so diverse. I mean, you look everywhere and you can see all different skin colors, all different hair textures, and yet we are all one because we are all Belizean. And I think that is something so beautiful and something that we really should appreciate as a country.
Oh, let's go back to the farming part of it, because that's where we started. And I am eager to see your farm and meet your animals that you have named, right? So how many chickens again you say have names?
About 25 out of the 30.
Out of 30.
I won't tell you them all though, because that's a lot of names to tell you.
Names.
Yeah, I'll show you my favorite ones.
Okay, but how do you arrive at these names?
They're personality based actually. So I have a chicken named Sexy Chicken.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, and she walks unlike any other chicken. She like does a little walk, a little strut, like if she wants to be noticed by the rooster. Then there's Big Red. That's my oldest rooster, and he's the big red one on the farm. And there's Clucky, and that was actually my first chicken. And her name was based on this book that I had read, because there was a Clucky and a Clicky. And so I had Clucky and Clicky, but her sister ended up dying. So now I only have Clucky. But she's about 10 years old, which is a very good age for a chicken.
And then I see horses. I didn't notice you ride horse?
I ride horses, but not those two.
Not those two that are over there. Okay.
So Miss Bella and Koki, they're also up there in age. And Koki has a bit of an attitude problem. However, the lady that we bought them from, she wanted to ensure that they went to a very good home, and she promised us to please take care of them. And so even though I'm unable to work them, I have them here, and of course I love them, and they can't be separated. They're mates, and if he does not see her or have her by his side, he panics. He runs all over the farm because they need to be attached by the hip at all times. It's the cutest thing.
Yeah, but they're standing together. You know, like, and for a while I'm talking to you, but every time I do so, I notice the horses, they don't move. They stay together.
All the time.
Okay. So would you show me around your farm and introduce me to some of your chickens and cows and ducks, and so what you raise here?
Yes, sure, let's go.
Okay, let's do that.
In our final segment, Vernon takes us on a walk around the farm. We step aside to hear from our partners, Minister Kevin Bernard and DeBarry.
Good day, fellow residents of Orange Walk. I am Kevin Bernard, your ear representative for Orange Walk East, and I'm proud to stand before you today to endorse the re-election of Mayor Ladrick Shepherd and his capable team for the Orange Walk Town Council. Over the past term, it has been my privilege to work closely with Mayor Shepherd and his dedicated members of the Town Council. Together, we have achieved significant milestones that have positively impacted our beloved town. We have paved over 25 streets in the east alone, providing improved infrastructure and accessibility to our residents. Our youth have benefited from countless recreational and sporting activities, fostering a vibrant and healthy community. Our collaborative efforts have brought wide joy and unity through various festivities and celebrations, enriching the cultural fabric of our town. Moreover, a majority of the aging culverts have been replaced and new drainage systems have been established, enhancing our town's resilience and preparedness for the future. It is undeniable that Mayor Ladrick Shepherd and his team have demonstrated unwavering commitment and dedication to the betterment of Orange Walk Town. Their proactive approach and tireless efforts have significantly improved the quality of life for our residents. It is for these reasons that I, Kevin Bernard, wholeheartedly endorse Mayor Ladrick Shepherd and his capable team for re-election. Moving forward, let us continue to work together with one town and one vision. I ask that on March 6th, you come out and vote PUP 7, as together we can ensure a brighter and prosperous future for Orange Walk. Thank you, and let's keep moving forward, united as one community.
Let DeBarry be your store of choice. When you're looking for the latest in electronics and accessories, be sure to visit us. At DeBarry, we have a wide assortment of household items to choose from. Dress in style, we have clothing for the entire family and so much more. Visit our store on Albert Street in Belize City, San Pedro La Isla Bonita, Park Street in Orange Walk Town, and San Ignacio Santa Elena. DeBarry, buy more, pay less.
Celebration time.
Now, Miss World, we are going to meet your animals personally, and they all have names, right? Like,
Yes.
like you're telling me. What you have in that bowl?
A couple lime, so we could feed them. I mean, we already gave out some, but we have a couple, so.
Yeah, a couple lambs.
Yeah.
So we'll feed them.
They like the little treats.
Okay. Well, let's start. And who is this one here? This one just got up automatically and came.
Oh yes, he likes his treats too. So this is Puddin.
Puddin?
Puddin, yes.
Puddin.
Excuse me, Papa. Excuse me.
Can we go in and Puddin? No, get back to the attack with that, huh?
No, none of my cows do that. They're all
Okay.
parrots.
You're a good guy, Puddin?
Here, Papa. Here.
Hey, Puddin.
Do you want a lime? All right.
So this is Puddin.
This is Puddin because he was born April Fool's Day, but I know what kind of fool, and there is a pudding called Fool, so he's Puddin.
Make a give a little joke, right? I born April Fool's Day too.
Really?
Yeah.
So you have the same birthday?
Yeah, so me and Puddin celebrate birthday together then.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. And where call Puddin?
I have to change a name to you then.
Uh-huh.
Ooh, close up. I have to change a name to your name then.
Yeah.
Puddin.
Puddin is friendly, right?
Yes, very friendly.
And you said they're all friendly.
They all are. Some are more tame than others because we tend to them more. We deal with them more. But for the most part, you won't get chased with by a cow. You have to worry about that.
Okay. So you're telling me about Puddin.
Yes.
Born all Fool's Day,
Like you,
like me.
apparently.
Uh-huh.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you see? I'm not ashamed to say it. People say, when you're born on Fool's Day, they don't want to talk about it, but I have no problem with it at all. It's a good day.
No, it means you have a sweet personality because I told you fool mean pudding. It's a type of pudding, so you have a sweet personality.
Okay, you see? All right, and these are the two horses we were talking about earlier that you
Yes.
were given to you, right? These
Cokie and
horses
Miss
over here.
Bell.
Cokie and Miss Dell.
Miss Bell.
Miss Bell.
Yes.
And they stay together.
They always stay together.
Uh-huh.
They love each other a lot.
And this one coming towards us with the big horns here.
Oh, that's still skin.
Huh?
So, I know you know the story Rumpelstiltskin.
Uh-huh.
And when she was born, I didn't know what to name her because it was nobody's birthday. So I asked my grandfather, what should I name the baby? He said Rumpelstiltskin.
Rumpelstiltskin.
So the mom didn't have a name at the time. And so we named the mom Rumpel and her Stillskin.
Okay, and so this one, that's Rumpelstiltskin, and this one that's coming behind the cameraman here.
This is Maya.
This is
Come,
Maya.
Mice, come.
Okay, this is the one that you nursed back to health, no?
Yes, this is my girl.
And that's the jealous Maya might be very jealous, no? So let's.
Say hi, Maya.
Can we say hi to Maya?
Yes.
Hi, Maya. How you doing?
You drop it, Mice. So this is the one that I nursed back to health, and now look at her. She's big and ew.
Don't get jealous, Maya.
And this is Django.
Django.
He's the man of the farm.
Oh, he's the big man. Big man.
Okay.
Hi, Django.
All done, Django.
Oh, can you touch Django? You can touch anyone, eh? Okay.
You say hi, Mice. All done. See? All done. Yes, all done.
Hi, Django.
You say hi, Maya.
Maya, how are you doing? How are you doing, Maya? He's by the microphone. And then that crowd over there, they all have names as well, right?
So the little white one walking towards us is Tiny, and I unfortunately have no more lime for her.
Yes.
She likes her lime and treats too. Usually we give them treats because it gives them vitamin C. Just like us, we get our little treats, so they get their little treats.
Okay. And still waiting for treats, huh?
And then I'm not sure where she is. Oh, the black one over here by the tree. She's the oldest one, and her name is Makangus. Mac Angus.
Mac Angus.
So my grandfather is Angus, and then Old MacDonald had a farm. Old Mac Angus had a farm.
Angus had a farm. Okay.
She was born on his birthday, so Mac Angus.
You're very creative, Miss World. Very creative. Very creative farmer.
Thank you.
Congratulations on all these cows and identifying each one of them. I mean, how many cows do you have in here right now? Quite a good amount.
Yes. We have quite an amount here, and they all have names.
A name, right? But this is your special
and
one
then
that you know.
Usually on like my social media on Instagram, I would post about my cows, about anything to do with farming, agriculture related, and people, they always say that they learn so much. Like this one time I posted a video of one of my cows chewing their cud, which is when they bring up back the grass to redigest it. So I took a video of that and I posted it and explained what the cow was doing, and I said, so when your granny say you chew like cow, this is what they mean. And so somebody messaged me and she said, somebody just told me that last night, but she didn't understand the meaning, right? Because she didn't know what cows did. And so now she understood. She got it. And I was like, yeah, that's what it means.
Yeah. So you're heavy into culture as well?
Yes.
What is one of your favorite Creole proverbs that would come to mind right away?
Whew, there's so many.
A lot of them, yeah.
I mean, personally, I prefer the short stories.
Okay.
Like Anansi and about Tata Duende, because I use it to tell my nieces and my nephews to kind of give them an idea of what Belizean culture is.
Yes. And Anansi is a very well-known character in Belizean folklore, and also Tata Duende. Right.
I'm afraid of Tata Duende. I think my granny had a reason why she made me afraid of Tata Duende, because she would tell me that if I went too far to the back of the farm, then I would find Tata Duende and then he would cut off my thumbs. So I wouldn't go too far without her. And that made sense because I never wandered off or got lost. But up to now, I still sleep with my thumbs folded.
Oh, yeah? And because there's those stories you're told from you were a child, right?
Yes.
And Tata Duende had his feet turned back way, right?
Yeah, backwards. Yeah. The short little man with the feet turned backwards, and he liked the thumbs.
Let's see, where's your thumb?
I tell my nieces and nephews that now, so that they could experience the same trauma that I experienced and be afraid of Tata Duende just like me.
Okay. Tata Duende, right? This cow look like he wants to tell us something. Look at him. Or her.
What?
It's a her.
Her.
What would she want to tell us? Because she looks like she wants to tell us something. Look at her. Oh, it turned around now. You're getting attention, so she turns around. Like you said, they have feelings, don't they?
They do. They have. I've seen cows mourn. I've seen cows celebrate and be happy. A lot of people, they take it for granted that animals have personalities and that they have feelings, but I believe that they do because I see it every day right here.
You know what amazes me about you? You are so young, yet you have done so much and are doing so much, and you are really, really, doing what needs to be done, which is preparing the food that we eat and raising or rearing or whatever word would be the better word, the food that we want to put on our tables, right? And put it where. So I'm impressed.
That's why I want to inspire other young people to do the same. You can be female, male, you can even be working in the city. That should not stop you from having your little garden, from working on your farm, working towards homesteading. Again, you don't need a lot of land. In my garden, I used to do hanging pots with food. So that's something as simple. You can hang a few pots on your veranda, on your patio, and that way you could grow your own food. I want to inspire other people to do that because it is important. And it also helps with climate change.
I know between me and you, how young are you?
I'm 22 years old. I look 12 without makeup, but I am 22 years old.
Yes, 22 years old. Miss World, amazing. I am having a good time here, getting to know your animals and looking around me. It's the first time, no, I wouldn't say the first time, but it's been a long time since I've been in a yard with cows and not feel
Yes.
You know, you feel friendly.
You'll notice that we try to keep everything as natural as possible here. So you really get to experience that natural biodiversity that Belize has to offer.
Yes.
I'm glad that you're here.
I'm happy to be here too, you know. That black one there, that one right there, so.
Special 5.
Who is it? Special 5 in here?
Special 5 Lisi. So that is actually, my grandfather did this thing where, again, if it's your birthday, they would name a cow after you.
Okay.
And I had a line of Lisis because it just so happened that birthing season was around my birthday, which is in October. And so I always had a Lisi, and she's the last remaining Lisi out of that bunch.
Okay. Wow. This one thought he was going to come for some lime, but he stopped short when he realized no lime around.
I mean, cows are very curious. If I would put something new in the pasture, they would run to come and see what it is. They're very curious creatures.
Amazing. I know we have seen the cows where we go to meet your chickens.
Yes.
And then you say you have ducks too. And
they probably will both be in the same area. They're going to come.
All right.
Let's go meet them then.
Meet them. This is JK. Did we meet JK before? Yes,
No.
when he came in?
No.
Oh,
So this is actually the youngest cow that we have because he was the last born from the last birthing season. We switched bulls, so Django that we met, we just recently got him. So we haven't had a birthing season as yet for this year, and I think it will be later this year that we have one. So he's the youngest cow that we have.
Okay, JK.
JK.
Because if Tiny decides to charge right now, I stand up right now and watch her because I can't do nothing.
Every time we have a cow, we get so bad. We used to have a cow. She could be all the way over there, and I'd all the way over there, and she come at me, under me, nobody else.
Why, you don't like her?
I don't know what them her problem. But we sell them when they're like that because we want it to be a safe place for both the animals and people.
Okay.
My bees are all the way to the back for that reason. For our safety. So in total, we have 120 acres. And so we keep them far away from the animals and from us.
Okay, so the bees, how many hives do you have?
At the moment, I'm starting small. So I have 4. I'm hoping to be able to split. And that way, when I return, I could get some honey.
Okay, excellent.
I just started. I'm only a beekeeper for about 2 years now. And I just recently got my hives about a year ago. So I'm starting small. I hope to one day have about 50 hives. I want to really generate a lot of honey and money for the farm.
And you told me earlier that you got stung by one of the bees, right? Was that in the early days or how did that happen?
So I went a long time without getting stung. And I made the mistake one day of taking off, because once you have on a suit, they can't get through.
Okay.
I made the mistake of taking off the veil that I wear. And I thought they were all gone, and there was one on the veil, and I didn't realize it, and so it got me. And unfortunately, the bee did die. Like I tell everyone, bees don't want to sting you, because the minute they sting you, it pulls out their entire digestive system, and so they die. And obviously, who wants to die, you know? So if they don't need to, if they don't find it necessary, they won't sting you. But if they find you as a threat, then they will. It's
when they feel threatened is when they would sting, right? Because you're invading the sense that you're invading their territory, and so on.
Yes.
And then if you kill one, then the others sense that there's danger, and they would swarm at
they release. Bees are very pheromone oriented, so they release pheromones for different things, and that's one of the times that they would release pheromones. When one dies, they release a pheromone stating that they were in danger, and then more will come to help.
To help and to attack, and that's when you get sting up, right?
Another pheromone that they release is from the queen bee. So they will know where the queen bee is at all times because she is releasing us. Tiny!
I think because she's coming with the camera.
Again.
they're afraid of the camera. That's why they run, right? They run from the camera. So let's go by Tiny again, man.
Tiny's running from the camera. I don't know if she'll stay.
The camera, yeah. As long as the camera is focused on them, they would run.
Tiny. Come, Tiny. Tiny's running away.
Yeah.
Oh, pretty butterfly.
Yeah. This is a pretty spot you have here.
Thank you.
Yes, nice place to come and relax and spend an evening. You know, especially like all the cows, they are so friendly. Or the cattle is so friendly.
It's beautiful thanks to the hard work of my grandfather and, of course, me and my mom, and now as well as my uncle. So it is a family place, and we all love it.
I think you told me the name of the one that's looking at us curiously there.
Still skin?
Still skin, yeah. That's still skin. Look at him. The black on his, over his mouth. Right. Still skin. What's going on?
Rumpel.
Which one is Rumpel?
Her to the back, she's her mom.
Oh, Rumpel is the mom.
horns.
Oh, the horn. Okay. Wow, amazing.
It's certainly a pretty day.
It is a beautiful day here. Amazing.
And clear skies. I love March because the winds are blowing and then we could bring out our kites right here.
Yeah, you're right. It's a beautiful place to sail a kite.
We always do it with the kids during March because, you know, March the kite season in Belize. So we always bring them up with their kites and then we do it right in this open space right here.
You make your own kite too?
No, I'm not that creative, unfortunately. My creativity comes out in my farming, not in arts, unfortunately. I was not. And it's funny, you know, because everybody said, oh, Vernon, the artist, they're very creative. I did not get that. My creativity shows in my agriculture work.
And this is a whole lot of creativity that we are experiencing today.
That's
right?
true.
Now we go to our chickens, right?
Yes.
What did you just pick here?
Passion fruit.
Passion fruit, okay.
It grows on this vine.
On the vine here? Okay.
And then...
But you have several here, yeah?
And the funny thing is, you would think that this one is the good one and this one isn't. But this is the one that is ripe.
This is the one that is ripe?
Yes, because it's wrinkled.
And you mean it when it's wrinkly, right?
So this I would have to take inside and leave it to wrinkle like this one.
Oh.
And then it's sweeter.
Okay.
So you could take those home. I'll find more for you.
So these, okay, by name now, let's see. The dog have a name too?
Yes.
What is your name? Donald?
Actually, the one that is coming is Daffy. He's gonna get here. He have arthritis.
Oh, the one that's coming over. All right.
See?
Is that Daffy coming?
Daffy is coming.
Taking his time and walking. All right. There is Daffy.
There you go, Daffy Duck. So that's Daffy Duck. There's Clucky. There's Chicken Friend. And Chicken Friend, she actually went to St. Joseph a couple weeks ago so that the kids could have an opportunity to see a chicken in person. Oh, this is Little J coming up.
Little J is wondering what is going on here. What's that? You curious, Little J? Little J curious.
It's corn, Little J, but you're not gonna eat corn.
They know you can't? Go out and eat corn, huh?
She eats it, but I'm not giving it to her. Okay. You drop it for the chickens.
Little J.
Daffy, I think the other ducks are at the pond.
Okay. So only Daffy and what's the next one here?
She's Mama Duck.
Mama Duck will benefit.
Mama Duck, yes.
So Mama Duck and Daffy are the two ducks benefiting from all of this.
Yes. There's also Solo, there's Pretty, and a couple of the ducklings that will be up for sale in time for Easter, hopefully. So we usually do them for special occasions, for Easter and for Christmas. You know, Christmas duck. Some people like that instead of turkey, apparently. I like my turkey.
Yeah.
But some people eat the ducks at Christmas time, so we usually have a big influx of orders then.
Yes, I can imagine.
I have no more, Little J.
Myself, I love duck meat too.
You love duck meat?
Yeah. I like duck meat. All right, see? A fight now.
Always a fight.
Yeah. This one you picked up is
Chicken Friend. She's the one that went to St. Joseph. So she's Chicken Friend because we just met Maya, the cow. And during that time when Maya was being rehabilitated, we had her tied out under a tree. And sometimes I'd have to leave her there alone when I have to go inside. And this chicken always stayed by her side. And so I would be like, oh, the chicken friend, here comes your chicken friend. So that's how she got her name, Chicken Friend.
Chicken friend, okay.
So like it's an odd name, but because of the context, then you can see.
Yeah, chicken friend.
Say hi, girly.
Chicken friend.
You can touch her. She's like really soft because she's just she just came out of the molting period, which is when chickens put out their new feathers.
Okay, yeah, so feathers are very soft. Yeah.
All right, Chicken Friend. Go
Chicken
finish.
friend.
And this is Big Red.
Big Red. Big Red has spurs, right?
Oh yeah.
That's what you have to be careful when a rooster uses the spurs on you, right? Big Red, you don't use no spur today, right?
No, all my roosters are very loving, so
Loving, yeah.
we don't keep the crazy ones.
Yes.
I used to have a rooster that chases everyone, Sir Peely. There's a button, Big Red.
See the spurs, those are the big spurs.
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
That's a spur,
And they're very sharp if you feel them.
Yes, if he hits you with that, it pierces your skin and causes you to bleed.
And then
Big time,
because
that,
of
right there. That's the spur.
because of how dirty it is, then you can get bacteria and infections. It's horrible.
Yeah. So roosters are nothing to be played with and get them angry, because they can certainly.
Like I said, all my roosters are very nice.
You have yours well trained.
See, he likes hugs.
Yeah, okay then. Oh my goodness, you see.
Okay. How about your ladies? Oh, this is Clucky.
Clucky.
That's the oldest one.
Let's see, black one who?
Blaze.
Blaze.
Yes, Blaze. And then this one that is here, yes, it's her. She had one eye that was infected. And like I said, my job here on the farm is to make sure that all the animals are safe, that they're healthy. So she had an eye infection and we had to clean her eye. And so for the time, her name was Uno because she only had one eye. Now she has both her eyes, so she's Dos now.
Okay.
She's Dos. Because she both her eyes.
En
now.
lugar de uno tiene dos.
Yep, exactly that. I love all my chickens too. Like I said, I love agriculture, but a part of me love the animals. And so, while I do love all the hard work and everything that comes along with it, I love the animals. I love being around them, and this is home for me.
So you're a natural veterinarian, like you said earlier, that you want to be, right?
Yes.
It's in you.
From a very young age, it's been in me.
So these are fresh eggs that your mom just brought in.
Yeah, so these are fresh eggs. We have to play scavenger hunt for our eggs every morning.
Okay.
But these are fresh eggs, organic eggs from our chickens. We try to keep them on a health-based diet, a very natural diet, so that their health benefits can be passed on to us through the eggs. And a very interesting fact is the egg yolk of this is a lot more yellow than the ones that we are used to. And so I had some friends come over to the farm to spend a couple nights, and we fried some eggs for them. And they were genuinely surprised at how yellow the egg was. They were like, is this spoiled? Is this good? And I'm like, that is how an egg is supposed to look. That is health. That is the picture of health. And so we usually sell them. However, when I do have an excess, I would take it to like Biscayne School. I gave them this entire thing full at one time. Or I would donate it. I donated to Dara's before. So if we do have excess that, it's not selling, we would donate it.
Okay, that's good.
I mean, that is rare because everybody loves organic eggs. So sometimes I'd have to put aside.
Yes, and I guess you can boast that there should be a niche market for it, organic eggs,
Yes.
as compared to the commercially induced eggs.
I mean, it's healthy. It's beneficial in so many ways. It increases your energy. And so it's something that I love to eat for breakfast.
So you're convincing me now, so I might have to come to you and get some eggs so I could have a good, healthy breakfast.
Oh, good. I have a new customer then.
Yes. Well, Miss World, let me say how much I've enjoyed my visit here with you. Unfortunately, we're doing a show and it has a time limit. Yeah. So, I'm sorry it's coming to an end, in all honesty, because there's so much more to see and to know about you. But there might be something on your mind that will not come out during our conversation and our walking around that you would like to say at this time.
Well, I just want to leave a message with any youth who are listening. And I want you to know that watching this, you might think that, wow, she does a lot. But it's because I have this in my heart. And if you have it in your heart to do good, then do it. Because every little good thing that we do enables us to change the world, enable us to make a positive impact on the world, a world that we know needs it today. So please step out, do something good for your world. Even my grandfather always says that your world doesn't have to be all 8 billion people. It can be just the few who are around you. So if you do something good for someone right beside you, your neighbor, a friend, someone who you know needs the help, then you're making a change already. So go ahead and do that. Step into the world with positivity.
No, that's a wonderful message to close off with, right? And you leave to India on the 15th. The pageant is
March 9th of March.
The pageant.
Yes.
So we'll all be maybe looking at Ruta Maya, but at the same time wondering what's happening over there in India and monitoring what's happening in India, because when you walk away with that title, you'll make all of us proud, right? So we're done proud of you already, though. Right?
Thank you. Thank you so much. And thank you to everyone who continues to support me. And I do hope that you can follow my journey. You could follow me on Instagram, Elise Gayon Vernon. And that way you could learn more about me and you could see any links that I share.
Excellent. And that's a wonderful invitation. Follow her and support her, because she represents all of us here in Belize at the Miss World pageant. And it's all a labor of love for you, right?
Yes, indeed it is.
How you describe the word love? Because love is a powerful word, How you describe the word love?
I think love is anything that is meaningful to you, that is a part of you. It could be a person, it could be a place, it could be a job, a career, something that you do. But if you are passionate about something and you have love for it, then that is love. And on top of that, God is love. I was just recently baptized the other day, so...
Oh, tell me about that baptism. We didn't talk about that. Yeah, tell me about baptism before we go.
Okay, so I've been wanting to be baptized for a while because, like I said, I grew up in a Christian household. And I've been feeling it heavy on my heart to go ahead and get baptized before leaving for India. So I did that, and it was amazing. It was incredible. And if you are following Christ, then please be sure to do that, because it's an experience to be had.
Yeah. So God, Christ, one, and so we love God first, right?
First and foremost.
Right? And then when we love God first and foremost, then we discover the love of ourselves, right?
Everything falls into place after that.
Everything falls into place. Love of country, love of fellow Belizean, we discover what love is all about, right?
Yes.
But then, like I always say on these shows, right? Love is also a choice that we make, right? We choose to love, because we can choose to go other directions, but those other directions don't make no sense, but we choose to love. How important it is for us to choose to love. You already said it, but I'm just swinging the question around a little bit here. It's important to love, right?
It is important to love. I mean, a world without love is not a world that I'd want to live in, and I don't think any of us want to live in that type of world. It is important to love your neighbor, to love your fellow comrades, your neighbors, your friends, your family, and your enemies. A lot of people tend to forget that. But if you share the love with someone, then they have no choice but to love you back. Yes. Or at least respect that love. Love is incredible and amazing to share.
And love leads to forgiveness, right? And we also always pray the Lord's Prayer that says, forgive us as we forgive those that trespass against us. So the message to our people would be to learn to forgive, right?
Definitely.
And to love more.
And to love more. Share love.
Yes, and because we choose to share love. At our station, we usually... share the love.
My favorite quote is actually, there's no greater beauty than that of a good heart. And with a good heart comes love, comes compassion, comes kindness, and comes what I believe is the essence of humanity. So have a good heart.
Amen. And so we'll just say, in closing, as we usually do, Belize and beyond, thanks for choosing love.
Celebration time. It don't matter what part of the jewel you come from. You that you and me that me. But guess what? All are we the one. See what I mean? Jump and shout all over the nation. Breaking out with a new creation. It's been too long, we've got to unite now. Time and space can't keep us apart right now. Unity, yes, you better know. It's the only way to go. We stay apart, then we have to fall. Count on you, count on one and all. It's not for you, it's not for me, it's not for we. It's not for you, it's not for me, it's not for we. Love and respect for the another. No man, that is your brother, yeah. Share the love. Peace and love. Rise and shine.